Hello students, welcome back to Shiv Physical Science Zone. Today we have complete concept and practice session where we will explore physical and chemical changes, elements, symbols, formulae, combining capacity, molecules, atomic ratios and important practice questions. Keep your notebook ready. Think along with me and let us master these concepts together. Let us begin now. Come on. Identify true or false statement among the following and rewrite the correct statement. What is the statement here? An element is made up of many kinds of atoms. No. Element is made up of only one kind of atom. So this is false. Only single atom should be present in an element. All atoms are same. So only one kind. 3O2 contains 6 oxygen atoms. Yes, it is true. 3 2s are 6. One O2 molecule has 2 oxygen atoms. So 3O2, 3 into 2 is 6. 3O2 contains 6 atoms of oxygen. Next, one molecule of calcium oxide contains 3 atoms. Okay, calcium oxide CaO, it contains only 2 atoms. One is calcium and the other is oxygen. So it is false. Only 2 atoms. Formula for nitrogen dioxide is NO2. Yes, it is true. Nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen, it is having 1 nitrogen atom and 2 oxygen atoms. So it is true. In Fe2O3, the combining power of iron is 2 and that of oxygen is 3. Yes, it is true. Combining Fe2O3, iron atom combines with 3 oxygen atoms. So combining power of iron is 2 and that of oxygen is 3. So in case of Fe2O3. Correct the following statement. Symbol of copper is CO. No. Copper symbol is Cu. CO is cobalt symbol. So the correct option is Cu. Silicon is a liquid. False. Silicon exists as solid. Okay, at room temperature. Silicon is a solid. The German name of tin is stannum. Yes, it is true. Yes, tin. The German name is stannum. Sn symbol is Sn. Tin symbol is Sn. Blue vitriol is CuSO4 6H2O. Okay, yes. CuSO4 6H2O, we call it as blue vitriol. Blue vitriol is copper 2 sulfate hexahydrate. Okay, copper sulfate hexahydrate. Hexa means 6. 6 hydrogen atoms are there. Copper sulfate with hexahydrate, we call it as blue vitriol. Formula for magnesium sulfide is Mg2s. No, it is not Mg2s, it is just Mgs. Because magnesium will have 2 ions and sulfur also has 2 ions. 2 gets cancelled on cross multiplication. It will be Mgs. We will all learn these ions concept in future. Nothing to worry. Identify the physical and chemical changes among the following. Preparation of liquefaction of petroleum gas, that is physical change. Petroleum gas is cooled and compressed to change from gas to liquid. No new substance is formed. The gas or vapor gas cools down to form LPG. It is a physical change. Usage of liquefied petroleum gas, it is a chemical change. LPG burns in air. It gives heat, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Here new substance is formed. LPG burns and gives carbon dioxide, heat and water vapor. It is chemical change. Preparation of liquid petroleum is physical change. Usage of liquid petroleum is chemical change. Formation of manure is chemical change. Waste of plants and animals decompose to form a new substance. Okay, so it is called manure. Decomposition takes place, new substance is going to be formed here. Formation of glass is a chemical change. Sand, soda and limestone are heated together. So in order to prepare glass, we require three elements: sand, soda and limestone. Okay, so with this we are going to prepare what is known as glass. We have to heat them at high temperature. Next, breaking of glass is a physical change. Glass breaks down into small pieces. There no new substance is formed. So it is a physical change. Classify the following into different changes. Making of duff from flour. Flour and water are mixed to form duff. No new substance is formed here. So it is a physical change and temporary change. Only size and shape is going to be changed there. Original substance remains same. Digestion of food. Food is broken down in the body to give energy. New substances are formed. So new substances are formed. Original substance changes. So it is a permanent change. It is a chemical change. Germination of seed. A seed grows into plant. So new substance is formed here. So it is also a chemical change and it is a permanent change. Next, burning of paper. Paper burned to produce ash, smoke and gases. New substance is formed. It is a permanent change and it is a chemical change. Calculate the ratio of number of atoms of the first element and the last element in the formula of the following. Common salt. The first element Na, 1 atom. Last element Cl, 1 atom. The ratio is 1:1. Next, formula of CaCO3. First element is Ca, last element is oxygen. It is having 1 Ca and 3 oxygen atoms. Ratio is 1:3. Next, formula of HNO3. The first element is hydrogen and the last element is oxygen. It is having 1 hydrogen and 3 oxygen atoms. It is also 1:3. Ammonia. It is having only 2 atoms. So first one is nitrogen and second one is hydrogen. First element has 1 atom and second element will have 3 atoms. That is 1:3. In hydrogen sulfide H2S, first element has 2 atoms and second element will have only 1 atom. That is 2:1. So in sugar C12H22O11, the first element is carbon, last element is oxygen. It is having 12 carbon atoms and only 11 oxygen atoms. That is 12:11. See the next one. Analyze the given diagrams and answer the following. A. Identify the test tubes in which new substances are formed. C. Test tube wax burning. In second case, zinc oxide in the test tube and burning. In third case, mercuric oxide and burning. So answer is test tube B and C. New substances are formed. In wax, no new substance is formed. No composition does not change in all the substances. In test tube A, only melting occurs. Wax changes from solid to liquid on melting. No new substance is formed in test tube A. In the test tube B and C, new substances are formed, so their composition changes. Identify the color change associated with the relevant physical changes given. Test tube A, no color change. Wax remains colorless or transparent as it is. Transparent. In test tube B, zinc oxide, it converts from white to yellow. On cooling, it turns from yellow to white. In test tube C, mercuric oxide, it turns from red to yellow when heated. When heated, mercury turns from red to yellow. On heating, zinc turns from white to yellow. It turns from red to yellow. Write the formula of the substance involved in the following. Running rust when it react with oxygen in the atmospheric air. Iron react with oxygen and water vapor in the air, it converts into iron oxide, that is rust. Iron react with oxygen to form rust. The formula is Fe2O3. Name the compound formed from 3 sodium atoms, 1 phosphorus atom and 4 oxygen atoms. Okay, that is Na3PO4. 3 sodium atoms, 1 phosphorus and 4 oxygen atoms, that is sodium phosphate. The formula is Na3PO4, sodium phosphate. Calculate the minimum number of atoms of each element present in the following compounds. Minimum number, multiply the subscript by the number of atoms. See, carbon dioxide, carbon 1 atom, oxygen 1 atom, 2 atoms. Water molecule, hydrogen 2 atoms and oxygen 1 atom. So minimum number is oxygen 1 atom. Here minimum number is carbon 1 atom. Less number. In ammonia, the minimum number is nitrogen, only 1 atom. In sulfur dioxide, the minimum number is sulfur. Sulfur will have less atoms, that is only 1 atom. In magnesium oxide, MgO, both are having only single atoms. Okay, in methane CH4, carbon has less atom, minimum number of atoms in methane. Next one, calculate the ratio of number of atoms of the first element to the last element of the following. You have to compare the first element with last element. In the first one, sodium carbonate, first element is sodium and last element is oxygen. It is having 2 sodium carbon atoms and 3 oxygen atoms. The ratio is 2:3. Okay. Alcohol, C2H5OH. The first element is carbon and the last element is hydrogen. The first element has 2 atoms, last element has 1 atom, so it is last element has 1 atom. Of course, in the middle also it is having the same element, that is H5 plus H is H6, hydrogen 6 and carbon 2, 2:6. If it is in even ratio, you have to divide that. 2 ones are 2 threes are, so that will be 1:3 ratio. You have to write a minimum ratio, least ratio. We should not keep the highest ratio as it is. So, for example, H2O is correct, H4O2 is wrong, right? So, it is wrong. Nitric acid, HNO3, the first one is hydrogen and last one is oxygen, 1:3 ratio. So, likewise, we can solve this. State true or false and rewrite the correct statement. One molecule of sulfuric acid contains 2 sulfur atoms. Sulfuric acid formula is H2SO4. H2SO4. They told that 2 sulfur atoms. No, it is having only 1 sulfuric acid, 1 sulfur atom. Okay, so only 1 molecule. This is false statement. In Fe2O3, the combining power of iron is 3 and that of oxygen is 2. Correct. Iron 3 and oxygen is 2. Reverse. 2 atoms of iron combine with 3 atoms of oxygen. Combining power of iron is 3 and oxygen is 2. Crisscross method they will say. We will learn this. There is nothing to worry. Why? The subscript show how many atoms of each element are present. The preparation of liquefaction of petrol is a chemical change. False. The correct statement is preparation of liquefaction of petroleum is physical change. That state change is only takes place. In this process, the gas is only compressed and cooled to be liquid. No new substance is forming. Okay. So, composition remains same. Okay, children. Thank you one and all. Anyhow, finally we have completed and we have succeeded in completing changes around as such a huge concept. Learn this concept thoroughly and have a bright future. Bye.